Hello, I'm Harry Hobson, President and CEO of Plymouth Harbor.
And I'm Karen Novak, the Administrator for Strategic Healthcare Initiatives here at Plymouth Harbor.
Karen, you're getting very good at
Oh,
your title, but she's really the point person for our testing here. And in a moment, I'll introduce the other two. But Curtis, to make it easy on Karen's title, what do you call her?
We call her the Employee of the Year.
Okay, so good, very good, leading age. We have joining us today two of our lead team members. We have Curtis Cornell, who you've met in some of our previous videos, our Director of Dining Services. And we have Summer Ranch, who I think everybody knows, who's our Director of Wellness here at Plymouth Harbor. So I've asked them to join us for a report just a little bit later on in today's update. So we're going to talk about a campus update. I'm going to make a few comments about an upcoming annual budget meeting that we're going to be having with our residents. And then we'll get into dining services and wellness program. So Karen, why don't you start us off, if you would, with the campus update?
well, currently we have one resident and one staff member that are positive for COVID. Interesting, the resident that is actually positive, it came from an antigen testing. So we have one antigen that says it's positive, and then two antigen tests that say that they're negative. So upon the arrival to Plymouth Harbor, this resident was tested by way of PCR. That is the gold standard when we look at COVID testing. It gets into that molecular structure of the protein, of the virus. So we definitely will know as soon as that result comes, and I'm expecting it this afternoon, whether or not that resident has still COVID within the body. Our team member that's positive is doing well, actually at home, being monitored. But, since we have a team member that's positive, it's kind of put a twist on testing. By way of guidelines, we are now testing our staff and the residents, if they'd like, in the Memory Care, ALF, and Smith Care Center twice a week. So you can imagine that Erica and I both now have wings on our feet because we are running all over the place. And we are happy and so very thankful that we have the rapid test. We are actually doing rapid testing on some of the private duties that are here caring for our residents in the Smith Care Center and ALF Memory Care. It's quite an interesting process. The data alone that we submit to DOH is quite intriguing. I find it quite fascinating, this whole process that we're able to identify COVID in a relatively short amount of time. Looking forward to seeing what the future brings, along with the testing innovations that are yet to come.
Karen, you had mentioned we're doing twice a week testing now. From a team member perspective, according to regulation, we're really required to do that now because of the result. You also mentioned our residents in those areas. That's optional for them.
That is correct. We offer them the opportunity to be tested. If they would like to be tested, they can. If they don't want to be tested, again, that's okay too. That resident has the right to either refuse or accept treatments as they so think about it. If the resident is incapacitated, we do go to the power of attorney or the healthcare surrogate for that particular resident to see if indeed they would like that test done.
Okay, very good. Karen, I know I mentioned a video back, I think, that I had gotten my flu shot. It's been almost 2 weeks ago now. We're still doing flu shots, I understand.
Absolutely. So if you'd like your flu shot and you haven't had it yet, come on down to home care. Either myself or one of the nurses here will give you your flu shot. Again, this is the year that you really need to take that into consideration and get your flu shot. Harry, we saw our first case down in Mexico that had both COVID and the flu, and that person was pretty sick. And we're going to try to do everything that we can to prevent COVID from coming in, but it's up to you to help us prevent the flu from coming in. And by that, I mean, get your flu shot. The flu shot is wonderful. It's going to help us. We're going to keep that flu number down here at Plymouth Harbor.
Karen, several weeks back, you and I went through a list of myths, if you will, regarding the flu shot. I'm always, the one that always comes up, okay, is that I don't want to get the flu shot because I've heard people can get the flu from the flu shot. Tell
Well,
me the facts on that.
that's why it's a myth. It's not true. Again, the way that you obtain the flu virus, it's a droplet virus. You're going to breathe it in, or you're going to have indirect contact with that virus, meaning if someone sneezes and it's on a counter or a flat surface, you then touch that surface and then, oh, wait, your nose itches. So you bring your hand to your nose and gives that pathogen or that bug the perfect little route for going inside your body. Yet another reason to keep your hands washed. But again, the flu vaccine is not going to make you sick. It's a dead, inactivated virus. So can't happen.
Okay, thank you for that. Let me also announce here, and then I'll do a brief reminder at the conclusion of this video, and that is this will be news to our residents who moved in this past year, but each year in October, we conduct an annual budget meeting with our residents, and that time is coming up. This year, it will be a virtual resident meeting to review the budget, and we'll firm up these dates later on in the next day or two. But right now, we're looking at about a week and a half out, Monday, October 26th at 10:30. And the presentation will be, as always, in Pilgrim Hall. The invitees to this year's virtual meeting will be members of the Residents Association Board of Directors. You'll see this come out in a notice within the next day or two. The content will be a presentation by Natalia, our Vice President of Finance and Chief Financial Officer, and myself, where we'll go over in detail the 2021 operating budget. At the conclusion of that, then we always go through a list of frequently asked questions. We open the floor for questions from any member present, and then we conclude that meeting. What we're going to do this year, so we don't exclude anyone or give you that feeling, we're going to have two follow-up briefings on the 2 days to follow. The 27th and the 28th is what they're planned for right now. Again, we'll firm that up at 1:30, each one of those meetings. And we're going to allow up to 40 folks at a time into Pilgrim Hall. And it's just an opportunity for probably a 5 or 10 minute summary of the resident meeting. And if there are any other detailed questions residents would like to ask us, following those meetings, we'll put out a splash, which will provide not only the question, but answers as well. So we just want to be sure we're being totally transparent in our communications as we try to do all the time here at Plymouth Harbor. So as I mentioned before, we're pleased to have two guests with us today. And I've asked both Curtis and Summer to give us an update from dining services or our wellness center, respectively, together. Now, I have to tell you, I heard from several of you the last time Curtis was here. Most of the comments were, will you please get Curtis a window? Okay. So, Curtis, you're going to have to explain your background. And I'm assuming, of course, that's water in those glasses behind you. And I know Summer well enough. Now that she's seen that, she has already said, wait until I'm on video again, because Summer, you have a pretty good view where you are, don't you?
Arguably the best in the house. So,
okay. So we got some competition going on here. So Curtis, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, Harry, again, thank you so very much for the warm welcome. And I didn't think it could get any better, but having the view of the Sarasota Bay, I mean, this is just great. So thank you very much for the new office space. But to dive into the tremendous feedback that we have received ever since October 1st when we opened up the Mayflower Dining Room has been tremendous. So please, I encourage all of our residents to please leave us that feedback. The constructive feedback is welcome as well, because with that feedback, we're able to make changes. And I know that we've already addressed one of the main concerns of being able to come down and having more of a social dining. And we were able to react to that really quick by the addition of 4 tops to the dining room. Again, we didn't add any more seats, but we increased the amount of seatings of 4 from 3 to 7. So that's been great. We've had those tables filled up almost every single night. I think last night was the first night that we had every single one of them full. And I also want to encourage all the residents that I know that we had put out that you only have an opportunity to dine with us 3 times a week. And I think that the reason why we put that out there initially was so that we could kind of have an understanding of how the dining room was going to work, gave us a little bit more control. But I want to assure you that if you want to dine with us 6 nights a week and you're past that 3-night reservation maximum, that please call down and make the reservation. If we have seats available, our goal is to have every seat occupied by our residents. So if you've already dined 3 times a week and you want to dine with us that 4th time, please call down. If we have the availability, we'll get you in. If we already have a full set of reservations, we'll put you on a wait list, and we're going to call you at 3 o'clock and let you know whether or not if we can accept you in the dining room because we have tables available, or if we're fully committed. So you will have time to make that decision on whether or not you're going to dine through dining services in your apartment or you're going to go off campus. But please just let us know. We want every single one of those seats in the dining room filled. So please call us down regardless of how many times you dined with us within a week, because again, you could possibly dine with us 6 nights if we have the seating available.
And let me just clarify, Karen and I work very closely on the social distancing, et cetera. So right now, I don't recall offhand what our total capacity is for the dining room, but I know it's well over 100. I'm going to say 150 to 160. However, when we reopened, we kept that to a maximum of 62. So we're not moving off of that number right now. And I think because of our resident feedback and getting that feedback to Curtis, to Franco, to Carlos, the lead team down there, we were able to up the number, as you said, of 4 toppers. Okay. And we're pleased to do that, and we will listen if you need more 4 toppers. But for now, we're still going to keep it though overall at 62. I'm also pleased to hear you clarify that new direction, and that is that you're not restricting it to 3 days a week. So very good.
Yeah, as long as we have availability in the dining room, and if you hit that 3 reservation mark and we have room, we're more than happy to have you sit in the dining in Mayflower dining room, because again, it's there for you. And again, we want to make sure that every seat is filled in the dining room. Absolutely.
Curtis, make sure that your team members know just how good we all feel about dining services, the work that everybody's doing across campus. They're doing just a wonderful job, and we all appreciate it. I hear it constantly from our residents.
Great, thank you, and we'll pass that along to the team members, and they're so excited to see the residents as well. So an empty table is just one less face that they get to see. So again, it's the team members are having just as much a joy and pleasure as far as serving as the residents are dining. So it's a win-win for everybody if we have all those seats occupied.
That's right.
So some of the other things that we want to kind of give you an update on is the order taking. I know we spoke about the new concept of the menu, and actually it's going to be the menu that's going to be rolled out on November 1st. I would show it to you, but I'm afraid that it's going to fly off into the water over here. But one of the things that I wanted to address after I had read through all the comments from the dining committee and the survey that was released from all of our residents is variety. And of course, Mediterranean cuisine was on there, and we'll have those types of items on the menu as well. But for me, variety was the thing that was speaking out the most. We took a small step in that direction with the menu rollout that we had on October 1st, and then also the menu that you see now, and the menus you'll continue to see throughout the rest of the month, where we're going to have some appetizers on there. We have entree salads on there. We have enhancements to those salads as well for shrimp, steak, fish, and chicken. We're going to continue that. And then also we increased the menu entrees by, I believe, 2. So instead of 8, you had 10. So variety is the key, I feel, that's going to be to the success that we want to offer to all of our residents. So with the menu that's going to be rolled out on November 2nd, which is a Monday, we're going to have 4 tapas, which are small appetizers. They're almost a third of the size of what a normal appetizer would be. We're going to offer 6 appetizers. We're also going to have 6 salads that are entree salads. We'll have that chef creations. Will be 10 of those entrees, similar to what you see now. The chef is going to work, and the entire culinary team has been working tirelessly to get these flavor combinations set up perfect. So we're going to have 10 items on there that the chef has selected a protein, has selected a starch, has selected a vegetable, and a sauce to go on that specific dish. Of course, we can make alterations to that as you see fit, but it's not going to be the same flavor profile as what they've been back there working on all the way up until, I guess, next week. We're going to be tinkering and we're going to solidify all those items. So the variety in this comes in the next section of the page, almost the entire other half, where you'll have a selection of 3 to 4 different fresh catch. You can have that prepared any way that you'd like, either blackened, grilled, fried, pan-seared. You can choose between 5 different sauces to go on that specific fish that you're choosing. And then you also have the choice of 2 side items, which will be listed at the very bottom of the menu. And those side items can also be ordered as shareables for the table. You can order a shareable plate of asparagus for the table in addition to the other side items that are offered on the menu. The next section is going to be what we're going to call the Chef's Butcher's Block, which will offer and feature 3 different types of cut of steak. You can choose the sauce that you would like to put on that, up to 4 different sauces. You can just have salt and pepper. If that's all you like, you can have it your way. And then you also get to choose from 2 side items as well. Another part of the feedback that we received from that survey is the pasta, of course. So we're going to have your choice of a regular wheat pasta, a gluten-free pasta, and then also a vegetable pasta. And then you get to choose from up to 4 or 5 different sauces for that as well. So the variety on those are pretty limitless. And then with the pasta course, you get a choice of enhancements as well, just as you did with the salads, shrimp, fish, chicken, or steak can be on that. Now, the final section of this, of course, is the Plymouth Harbor favorites. There's some items on the menus that I went through and I did a little bit of analysis, and I looked at what has been ordered, and I was like, okay, I want to keep my job. I don't want to get rid of this because I don't want to deal with the backlash. So we'll definitely keep on the cedar plank salmon. That's going to be on the menu at all times. We'll also have a chicken breast on there if you just want the chicken breast. We'll also have the meatloaf on there because I know that that's a big win. And then we'll also have the sirloin burger as well. And those are also come with the choice of 2 side items that will be listed at the bottom of the menu. So the team has been working so incredibly hard to get this and starting to perfect these recipes and writing down the recipes. They're so excited with the challenge of giving you the variety that you deserve from what we've heard from the feedback. And we're really excited for November 2nd to come around. Not saying that we're going to slack until then. We still got a couple more menus that we're going to roll out that we're excited about as well, especially with the Halloween coming up for that week. And just to touch on the Halloween week, if you want to come down and you want to dress up every night of your reservation, you're more than welcome to. The service staff is going to be dressing up as many times as they want for that entire week because we want everybody to be able to enjoy the holiday fun. And then, of course, you can vote for your favorite costume one time only. We're not padding the ballots over here, only one time for your favorite costume for the team member. And at the end of the week, we'll tally those up and we'll send it out and let everybody know who won that. Similar to the Welcoming Back Island menu, as whenever you came in, we gave you the lay and we took your picture. If you dress up and you'd like your picture taken as well, we'll have another backdrop and we'll take those pictures too. So the last thing I want to talk about is, if I can take a breath, the portion of this that whenever we're talking about the training of our front of the house staff, our service staff, and our culinary team, there's also a training that we need you, the residents, to participate in as well. For us to ensure that we're going to give you a seamless dining experience, let's just say you come down for dinner and you're going to order an appetizer, a salad, and an entree. We're going to need that order all up front. We're not going to rush you through the dining experience. What that allows us to do from a service standpoint and also from the culinary side is it gives us the opportunity to ensure that your service is seamless. It gives us an idea of what's going on at every single table at every single moment, and you control the dining experience. If you don't want us to fire your entrees, then let us know and you can take complete control of that. But outside of that, our service staff is going to continue to provide the exceptional resident service that they have in the past. It's just instead of coming to the table and taking the order, going to the computer and ringing it in, they're going to ring it in all at one time. And whenever they feel that you're ready for the next course, you can let us know if you're ready for the next course. That's whenever we're going to send the note to the kitchen to start preparing that next course to ensure that all of our food is timely. Just an example, if you have a well-done steak and a yellowtail snapper, well, that well-done steak takes a long time to cook. If we know ahead of time that that's going to be there, we can start getting ahead of that and ensuring that both entrees come out cooked to perfection and a beautiful pace so you enjoy your dining experience with us.
Very good, Curtis. Just excellent on so many fronts. I do want to mention, just in closing on dining, that as you're talking about, we do have more capacity yet in the dining room. I just had a conversation with several residents this morning, and the folks that aren't coming yet to dinner, they are extremely satisfied with their home delivered meal program. They love it. That we get quote 5 stars on that as well. So we've got a couple of very nice venues here, and once again, the team is doing just a wonderful job. So really appreciate everything you all are doing. So
thank you.
And now Karen, I mentioned I think a week or so ago that we were going to probably bring some additional energy to this meeting, and I think when you look to my left with both Curtis and Summer, you're going to feel that. So, Summer, tell us about the wellness program, and I know you're excited about that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a really exciting and happy week for wellness on campus. All of our group exercise classes began this week with the exception of total fitness and our aquatics classes. But I'm pleased to say that those will resume this coming Monday, October 19th. So everybody's really looking forward to that, and we appreciate your patience. The Wellness Center has really been renewed with energy and just invigorated this week with the start of our classes. I can share that when SitFit, when the doors were open for SitFit, we were greeted with cheers and even some tears, some happy tears and tears of joy for really just being reunited together. We really are like a family down here, and these classes often function that way, where you look forward to your neighbor coming to sit fit with you or going to yoga together and then seeing each other later that week. And the instructors become like family as well. We've been apart for so long. This really just feels good to be reunited in a safe way to start moving more together. So just for those of you that perhaps have joined us or are thinking about joining us and you've never taken part in classes, Plymouth Harbor really does offer a very robust schedule, quite comparatively to anything out in the community. We offer 14 different class choices, and we hold 31 classes per week. So there really is something for everyone. And if you're not sure what you might be interested in or what might be best for you based on your goals or your abilities, come on down. Come see Anna. Come see myself. We can give you some guidance. We can share with you some further descriptions of the classes and help you kind of just start to try a few things out. But I guarantee you won't be disappointed. We do ask that you make reservations. Pretty much that's our new normal now, but it's really working in our favor, because if we do have a schedule change or there's an announcement that needs to be made, now we know exactly who is planning on coming to the class, and we can reach out to you directly. So that's going to help kind of streamline all of our communication. But make your reservations in advance. You can do so by going online to the resident portal. You can also give us a call on our wellness reservations line. That's extension 365. So don't hesitate to give us a call. We'll help fit you in. And we really have just seen so much positive feedback this week. It has just been electric. We appreciate the feedback. And as we learn and grow through this, because we will, and we are, your voice is going to be so important. And all of you know that my door is an open door policy. Anna's is as well. We want to see you. We want to hear from you. And if there's anything that either of us can do to help you feel more comfortable or to reintroduce you to the Wellness Center, don't hesitate to let us know.
That just is an excellent update. It really is, Summer. And Karen, I look to you because, we're hearing about what's going on in dining. We're hearing what's going on in wellness and in some other parts of the campus as well. And we're only able to do that because the residents and the team members, particularly on their off time, are doing the right thing in social distancing, etc. So we're able to gradually bring these programs online and keep them online. Now, there may be a time that we have to pull back a little bit. Okay, we're going to watch the numbers continually. Okay, and if we're forced to do that, okay, we'll have to do it, but we would only do it really for our residents and team members' best interest. We have to do that, but we would come right back out and reopen again. Right now, there's no signs of that. Would you agree? I mean, Karen, you're out and about with the residents constantly.
Absolutely. With their help, we've been able to really keep our numbers low by wearing this simple little tool that really can save so much. So we want to see that on everybody. But yes, the residents and the team members are doing a fabulous job.
Really are. So congratulations to everybody on that. I mentioned during this video that I would come back and just as a reminder on the budget meeting. But what I want to do is recap just very quickly. Okay, we did have the opportunity to give a campus update. Things are beginning to improve again. Things are still stable at a very high level. So that's all very, very good. Reminder on the flu shot. Gee, what more can we say about the dining program? And I did get a note here on my desk. Somebody said, "What's behind Curtis?" What you're looking at is part of Sarasota Bay, and then that St. Armand Circle over your shoulder. And our wellness program, Summer, you've done such a great job bringing the program where it is today, working through the bumps early on this year with COVID, and then getting us to where we are now. I hear it all the time. The residents are so pleased. So we talked about that. And then also, just again, that reminder, you'll be seeing a notice posted on the upcoming annual budget meeting. That will be coming up in all likelihood, and we'll get it confirmed, Monday, October 26th, with 2 briefings on the 2 days to follow that as well. So that's quite an update today. And Karen, you didn't go unnoticed. What were you carrying around earlier? Is that really a nasal swab?
Absolutely. And I'm after Curtis because he's really got a great background.
Oh, wow.
Well, I've got a place setting for you right here with a glass of wine.
Okay.
Well, I'll put this away then. It'll be okay.
Well, I think our residents and team members know this. For those that don't, one of the requirements here at Plymouth Harbor is have a sense of humor, and everybody delivers on that. So thanks everybody. So Karen, we are coming to the end of this video. So let me turn to you for some advice.
Please remember to keep that 6-foot perimeter around you at all times. It's okay to tell somebody to back up, and it's okay for you to back up as well. Remember to wash your hands quite frequently and hit those high contact areas, the doorknobs, your keys, the cell phone. Wipe them down with that antibacterial wipe. But probably most important, this mask can help save a life, maybe somebody that you love. So when in doubt, put it on. Everybody needs to wear their mask here in Plymouth Harbor to help us all stay safe.
Absolutely. Well, that brings us to the conclusion of this video. Once again, Curtis, Summer, thank you so much for joining us and providing us with such fine updates today. And Karen, as always, thank you. So it's time for us to don our masks.